We are Titan.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fellow Tekken players, welcome to Tatakai, Pilipinas. I am Kid, and with me is Poru, and we are your Tatakasters. Poru, I know I know I was just with you a while ago, but let me know, how are you feeling right now going into this tournament?
It hasn't really changed. I am very much excited to see what we're going to be witnessing with these players coming in, because this is the top 32. Lots of strong players, lots of new ones actually, which is pretty much the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. Seeing new talent with each time the Tekken goes on sale. They just start buying the game and then they start playing and finally making it into competition. It's going to be such an unpredictable element with these new names on the board right now. And then on the second match, Dolan 1-2-3-4-5 takes a 2-0 win against Neri. What can you say about this, kid?
I heard about who Dolan is, however, I am not gonna say the name. I'm gonna keep the identity private just for, just to keep things mysterious. But we will see how much of a big deal he is when it comes to Jules versus him. Because again, if we watch a Jules match, it's gonna be a fun time. Jules, one of the top players here in Manila, rather, in the Philippines. In fact, going up against Dolan. Let's see how Dolan fits up against this guy.
Now, I think we have a very I can see the look in your face, Pika. We have a fantastic match coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Pika, what are we seeing next?
Okay. Apparently, a player who I believe is still on the winner's side, a player named Omega Jules, is gonna be put up against Dolan. Dolan, 1-2-3-4-5, and we know that Jules, of course, he's been showing up a lot in these tournaments. Dolan, however, according to many, is a familiar face, and as Kid mentioned prior to him leaving a while ago, is this Dolan player is actually a common name as well in the ranked gaming community. Basically, he's been there a lot. His character is also resounding. So let's see if Jules can definitely put a stop to Dolan before this widespread fire of his hype actually goes further. We do know, of course, that Dolan, as of this moment, is actually a Feng Wei, according to some sources, and that can prove very interesting, because Feng Wei is again a character that we don't see much anymore, if at all. I believe the first time here on stream, Poru.
Yeah, it is definitely the first Feng that we're going to be seeing, and already a banger of a Feng because of the reputation that Dolan does have with this character. Built a huge following as well with the Feng Wei, and I'm excited to see how he fares against Jules, who is a very database player, taking data Tekken to the highest level in competition. So, and I want to see how to deal with Feng. Basically, that's my motivation here in this match. I want to see how to actually deal with this character, learn a thing or two.
We know, ladies and gentlemen, that Feng Wei is actually one of those characters who hardly has any bad matchups, Poru. So that already says a lot, that the character is highly complete, everything he needs for all the matchups that he's about to face, he can definitely make a solution. Jin, however, the unclassified character, Poru, as we call him, he is a character that relies solely, or his ranking rather, is based on how well the player will use him. Because of that almighty parry that we call him. Jin does have Asabaki as well, but it is that multi-dimensional reversal, his parry, that can give him the advantage. Anything in Tekken, basically, whether it's a projectile, whether it's an elbow, a knee, anything, Jin can parry.
That initial exchange here in this match between Jules and Dolan 1-2-3-4-5 was such an overload of information, actually. Just seeing what Jules just did in that split second. but already within the first few seconds, huge damage coming in from Jules. Catches him with that huge sweep as well. Dolan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does have Jules right next to the wall though. And oh my goodness, daring sweep there from Dolan in the open. And Jules was ready with a whiff punch, taking the first round.
And sweeping right back, that is. So, right after the sweep, it was an LLRK, ladies and gentlemen. A fairly invisible sweep from Jin Kazama, if we can say that. Because Jin, of course, ladies and gentlemen, he can conceal a lot of his moves using signature wave dashes, dash hits. And Jin, of course, not the fastest character in this game as well, Oh, but look at that with forward 4-1-2 and Jules just not really holding anything back. Catches Dolan with his back turn. Another asset for Feng Wei, by the way, Poro, is of course the back turn, which we can never ever forget.
It gives Feng a lot of access to his other tools just to confuse the opponent, but also is such a huge weakness as well that Jules exploited back there when he went back turn. Gets a forward 4 afterwards. The lack of defense is a bit of a blind side for Feng Wei, but Dolan, however, is not going to be backing away. Gets that huge sweep, finally drops the combo, but still gets a Sabaki against Jules, and this is going to be some serious damage coming in your way. Jules with a wake-up 4 as well. Half a minute left on the clock. Dolan backing away, tries to go for the plus frames. Forward 4 comes in, burns the rage drive, fast-paced actions between these two, Pika.
Oh no, here we go, and the pressure of Feng Wei and Jules again with a low parry. Something that Jules has imprinted on a lot of his matches, ladies and gentlemen, is a low parry at the very moment that Dolan actually threw out mid after mid after mid, and the moment he thought that I would do a low, Jules actually sniffed it out. So me, Poru, for no particular reason, I'm at the edge of my seat watching that match. So, and again, for no particular reason at all. But of course, a good showing as well from Dolan right there. We know that Dolan is comfortable with the way his Feng Wei moves. You know, he did drop one combo, if I remember correctly, just one, off of, I think, off of the sweep that he did from Jules. It actually fell short when he dropped it. It was supposed to be a wall carry. Unfortunate drop from him there. And in this case, again, it was the solidity of Jin that took over, because Jin, as we know, Poro can be really stoic. You know.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Pika. It's both a strength. It's a strength basically for Jin actually to being a little bit more stoic, and for a calm player and calm, collected, and calculating player like Jules, it worked out, and it's a good counter against this Feng Wei of Dolan, which seems to be partying so hard actually. And it's not a bad thing to be partying with Feng Wei, because to some degree that's what you want the character to do. He has a lot of mix-ups, and you want to keep the opponent guessing, much like Leo on the hands of Neri earlier on. But Jules is just a little bit too collected and too familiar with this matchup, it seems. So it's gonna take a lot for Dolan to shake things up against Jules.
Not to mention as well, Poru, that Feng Wei can also be the one to dictate the pace. You know, he does have a lot of plus frames on blocks, which makes Feng Wei super formidable. Just like the headbutt that he was doing. Oh my gosh!
Ooh, sweet!
Something you don't really see that much, ladies and gentlemen, off of Feng Wei. And again, Feng Wei, ladies and gentlemen, very well rounded. But look at this! Wow, the god kick connected on the side, and it looked like a counter hit for him, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, he tried there. But you know, the different things that Dolan is trying to bring it out here. Sidestep blow as well, coming in against Jules. Jules with a godlike parry there, saying, "I know what you're up to," and just seizes the round back against Dolan. So taking the first game, that was an amazing choice.
Great block. Oh, what a Sabaki from Dolan. It's looking like a signature move at this point right now for him. And Dolan chooses not to actually wall carry after that Sabaki combo. Goes for an OP, and Jules misses that hook kick. But again, this is retribution for that counter hit 4, taking it all the way to the wall. But Jules again a little too tilted, sadly, right there for Jin, for him to even convert off of it. And now Jules in potential set point.
Forward 2 interrupts that low tackle from Feng. I forgot what it's called. Yes, there it is. Jules with that early 2-round advantage. Dolan not shying away from going up against Jules here, but Jules is finding every single hole in the offense of Dolan. Good sidewalk as well from Jules, catches him in the rear. Dolan trying to catch the sidestep, but this time around, Jules with the LLRK. Good throw break on the tidal wave throw. Burns the rage drive this time around. Early rage drive there from Dolan. Actually, last sliver of health, and there it is. Jules just maintaining his calm, keeping his distance, takes it 3-0 against Dolan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And that is not also the last time you've seen Dolan, ladies and gentlemen, because he still has one remaining chance on the loser side. Again, it's worth noting here, Poro, that Feng Wei's back turn is actually the make or break factor in his gameplay. You know, I remember that Jules caught Dolan with his back turn with a down jab, and then a while standing 4, and then a few other moves kind of started connecting from there. So this is what we were talking about, folks. The tools of Feng Wei are actually enough for him to survive, but at the same time, he has to make them a little bit more calculated. Yeah, and with that said, of course, congratulations to Omega Jules, whoever he is and wherever he is, for of course keeping his winner side advantage right now, and I believe moves on to top 8 if I remember correctly already.
Yeah. Definitely. Top 8 is Omega Jules already. Dolan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does have another chance in the lower bracket. So look forward to what he's going to be able to do later on. But for now, we are going to be taking a short break. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tatakai Pilipinas, the Philippines Tekken Online Dojo Tournament. We are your casters, Poru and Pika, and we're going to be taking a bit of a break. But when we come back, more Tekken action headed your way. See you in a bit.
We are Titan.